Alright guys, time to winterize my machine. So I'm going to show you what I have. This is antifreeze, fuel stabilizer, fogging oil, waterproof grease, a spark plug wrench, and then we have a fresh set of spark plugs, 10mm wrench, and then a C-clamp and a water pump. Oh, and of course my paper towel. So the first thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add fuel stabilizer to my tank. My tank is already filled with 70 liters of fuel. I kept it full because I don't want condensation in there, okay? The fuel stabilizer will keep the fuel good until next spring. So for this particular fuel stabilizer, I've worked out everything already, and for my 70 liters of fuel, I need 3 60-milliliter shots of fuel stabilizer for my engine. Shoot. Alright, so we have our first shot. Okay, we've waited 10 minutes for the fuel stabilizer to dissipate in the fuel, and now I am going to turn my engine on, of course with the water hooked up, to allow that treated fuel to now make its way throughout the fuel system. All right. Now my C-clamp is in place. It's basically gently pinching the water intake line from the pump. This will make sure that the antifreeze goes through the engine and not back out of the machine. So now I'm going to start my engine and then turn my pump on. I have a fizzle intercooler system and an independent water line. So what I need to do is backfeed the antifreeze into my machine. So how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna use my garden hose adapter, and I'm gonna plug this hole like this, and then I'm gonna cover the next one with my thumb tightly. What's going to happen is the antifreeze will come out the back of the machine. Alright, so now I'm going to change my spark plugs. It's not mandatory that we do this, however I will at the end of every season, just to maintain my machine and make sure I'm ready for the next. While I'm at it, I'm also going to be using some fogging oil. Okay, and we're going to start off right now by pulling these clips and then the bolts. Okay. Alright, time to pull my spark plugs. So now I have my bad spark plugs out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray some fogging oil down each cylinder to prevent corrosion. Alright, now to install the new spark plugs. My new spark plugs are in, and I'm gonna have to put back in the coils now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some waterproof grease around the base of the coils right here. There we go. Slide this one right there. All right guys, so we're losing light here. Everything is back together. My only thing left to do is to use a battery tender. So red to positive, black to negative, and basically this will keep my battery charged all winter long until I'm ready next season. Just to recap what I've done to prepare my machine for winter, I've changed the oil and also the oil filter. I've also added fuel stabilizer to a full tank of fuel. I've sprayed fogging oil down the cylinders and also replaced the spark plugs. Antifreeze was added to the engine and also separately to my fizzle intercooler system. And last but not least, I've added a battery tender. Okay, so one other thing that I like to do, I also like to clean my engine bay down with a little bit of Dawn dish solution, and that's because it's much more gentle and it won't leave residue in your machine. All right, enjoy guys.